Hey everybody, welcome back to TheScottSpot. I'm Scott, and you are watching Final Fantasy XIII. Alright, so last time we basically just had our intro to this chapter, and then I spent the rest of it reading the friggin' data log, so hope you didn't mind that. But now, let's get this chapter started in earnest. Looks like Saz is up here waiting on us. What's going on, guys? Is there gonna be a scene here? Didn't get far, did we?
Okay, if we don't know our focus, how do we complete it?
I think I saw it.
Saw what?
That is how a focus comes down, people. The FALC, they don't spell it out with clear-cut instructions. All you get is a hazy glimpse. Well, you know, that's what they say. You know, legends and all. Legends. Yeah.
Did you see anything?
It's all kind of foggy, but I saw this big, towering.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Do we all have the same dream?
Ragnarok.
So, we all saw the same dream. We all heard that same voice.
You mean that was our focus? But how are we supposed to know what to do from that?
That's the tricky part. The dream's the only hint the FALC gives us. Figuring out what to do with it, that's our job.
Okay. We're pulselessy, right? Enemy's a cocoon. So, does that mean that our focus is... Are we supposed to...
Save her.
Say what?
Our focus is to protect Cocoon.
Really? Okay. And why's that?
Sarah told us. Let's do it. We're all in this together. I'm gonna look for Sarah. She ought to be nearby.
I'll come too! Wait!
Jeez. Man, that boy can't stay still.
Really?
Lightning don't want no part of that shit. So our battle team is now Lightning, Snow, and Vanille. Oh, we got the crystarium finally. Okay, so having become L'Cie, the members of your party can now develop their powers, learning new abilities or improving attributes such as strength, magic, and HP. I'm gonna skip the tutorial because there's really no point. I can explain it to you guys quickly and better myself.
We need to find a way out of here. We can worry about everything else later.
Okay, so here's the crystarium. Basically, it's our skill tree. Alright, so basically, it's like the sphere grade from Final Fantasy X, except for it doesn't give you nearly as many options. You have a separate crystarium for each role that character has. So right now, Lightning can be a commando or a ravager. So she has a crystarium for both roles. Okay, so basically this is crystarium. You can see she's already unlocked some nodes. We've got she's got HP plus 100, strength plus 15, magic plus 15. She already learned the attack ability, of course, Blitz and Ruin. And we haven't really used Ruin yet, so I'll talk about that in a minute. And she can just move along these lines and learn all these different attribute raises and skills. And let's see. So she can learn... Really, you want to base your which role you build up first based on the abilities that are available to you. And once you get to the end of the crystarium for that role, which in this case is magic plus 4, you can't go any further until you unlock the next part of the crystarium. Basically, this keeps you from grinding so much that you're overpowered, which I really like, because I hate when I have a tendency to fight too much, I guess, in these games, even though I hate grinding, and not be able to beat the bosses aren't even a challenge anymore. So yeah, let's see what abilities she's got going on in the Ravager tree. or crystarium. So she could learn water if we build her up as a Ravager. But let's I think the commando might be more important for her right now. Let's do strength plus 4. Alright, so she's already out of CP, which is Christogen points. See that in the top right, it says HP 300, CP 0. Alright, so let's build up. Go ahead and get Snow his first thing. So Snow's got 3 roles. He can be a Commando, Ravager, or a Sentinel. Or, if in more Final Fantasy terminology, a Warrior, Black Mage, and, geez, what is I guess a Knight, or maybe a Monk? I don't know. Monk is probably more... Whichever the defensive class, I'll probably look it up. Alright, so Snow only has a couple nodes left in Commando. HP plus 70, that'd be good. Ravager, only a couple nodes. And Sentinel, Fringe Ward. What does that do? Reduce damage to nearby allies when you are the target of an area attack. Alright, well we don't need that right now. So I'm just going to give him this HP plus 70. And the strength plus 18. So he's done with his Commando Crystarium until we unlock more of the Crystarium. Let's give him another HP plus 70, but he didn't have enough CP. And Vanille, let's see. She can learn water. She's got a lot of strength nodes here, which is useless because right now, since Vanille can't be a Commando, she doesn't have the means to attack. She literally cannot physically attack. What has she got going on in Medic? No ability nodes here, so I'm going to stick with Ravager. Oh, it seems like a waste to put her points into Strength plus 3, though. But, oh well. Ah, I was hoping we would get to water. Alright, and I'm not going to bother with Saz and Hope right now, since they're not in the active party. And in case you were wondering, no, right now we do not have the ability to switch who's in our party. And while I'm thinking about it, I also wanted to set up another paradigm. Move that down, and that down. Let's make diversity. I'm going to make Lightning Commando, Snow, a Ravager, and Vanille a Medic. There's no reason for us to use a Sentinel right now, because none of the enemies are going to be that threatening, really. But it would be good to be able to heal if we need to, so basically we're just going to be able to switch Vanille to a Medic if we need to, through the diversity paradigm. And let's see what the data log has got for us. Events. More events. Branded. After being caught in the destruction of the vestige, the group awakens directly under the hanging edge on the expanse of a solidified Lake Bresha. An after effect of the energies released by the dying fal'Cie, the waters of the lake are now frozen in crystal splendor. Despite having survived the fall from an incredible height, the companions are unable to appreciate their luck as each one of them now bears a brand of alien design. The mark seared on their bodies signifies their servitude to a fal'Cie and the gift of magical power. It is the brand of a cursed l'Cie. Worse, they must now complete their assigned focus if they are to avoid becoming monstrous Seath, though none can say for sure what their mission actually entails. Their only clue is the vision they all witnessed of the great beast laying waste to Cocoon. Ragnarok. Though all signs point to a bleak and tragic destiny, Snow alone remains optimistic. Convinced that his focus is to grant Sarah's wish and save Cocoon, he sets off full of confidence. Man, Snow is just living in some kind of fairy world. So now we're going to actually learn what Ragnarok is. Thanks, game, for explaining that to us in the cutscene. Alright, Ragnarok. Lightning, Snow, and the others saw a phantom vision of this beast upon their branding as l'Cie. In the dream, they witnessed a creature besieging Cocoon's capital of Eden. Whether this was a glimpse of past events or a vision of things yet to come was unclear. What is clear is that Ragnarok is inextricably linked to their focus. The nature of that focus and what must be done to fulfill it remains to be seen. And I guess the game's not going to bother telling us about this just yet, but during the war between Cocoon and Pulse over 500 years ago, this was Pulse's last... This creature was actually what cracked the shell of Cocoon. So what stopped it? Well, we'll find that out later. And what is it trying to tell us now? Okay, so here's more information on the different roles. Basically, commandos are good at attacking, and while they can't really stagger enemies by themselves, they do stabilize the chain gauge. So, on the other hand, Ravagers quickly raise the chain gauge, but it also drains so fast that they can't normally stagger an enemy by themselves. So you need both Commandos and Ravagers to effectively stagger an enemy. Let's see. And also they can exploit elemental weaknesses. we already know about the Sentinels. They can provoke enemies and then go into a high defense mode. And really, we're not going to have to worry about using a Sentinel for a long time. And then we also have medics, which of course heal. They also don't have any means of damaging, like at all. So, yeah. What do you know about crystarium? Okay. Oh, and that primer that I just put in actually raises a good point. Abilities that you learn in one role are not accessible in another role, so yeah. And there are 6 roles in all. Each character can eventually use all 6, but they really only have 3 that they're proficient at until like late, like post-game grinding-ish. Alright, so sorry about all that. Let's get moving. And let's just look at this area. It's so beautiful.
Pretty and all, but
It is a bit surreal, isn't it, Vanille?
too.
You're kind of creepy too, though. Let's go this way. Maybe I can get a preemptive on this gassed. Not gassed, what's it called? Cool. Oh, this is going to go back quick with a preemptive. Alright, let's blitz these guys. Blitz, attack. I'm going to have to get used to having 3 things now. So really a blitz wasn't necessary. Oh, I didn't realize there was a gas here. If you didn't notice, we have another ability available to us now called Ruin. It's a commando ability, and basically it's like a commando spell. It still does physical, it does magical damage. It's also useful for attacking enemies long range. So if an enemy is completely immune to physical damage, they can still use Ruin to inflict damage. I'll show it off in the next battle, hopefully. And we just got a new weapon. That's Vanille's Pearl Wing Staff. Thought wants to have been the staff of a monk. This item boosts the spiritual abilities of the wielder, so it lowers her strength to 28 and raises her magic to 50, and gives her HP plus 50. I'm cool with that because Vanille has no need for strength. Oh, fuck inventory. Alright, so we got that. And let's go back to the fort. Got a save point there, but I don't think it's necessary. Snow. Always charging in face first. What's over here? Anything? Nothing. Oh, we got a treasure sphere up there, but I think we're gonna have to... Can I sneak up on this ghast without alerting? Nope. Alright, let's just do it. Alright, so let's use Ruin on these whites. Alright, so you can see there she's shooting like this ball of energy. It's still considered a physical attack. Well, not really. Actually, Ruin's always confused me. But it also has very little damage or chance of missing. So there's that too. Physical attacks, just regular attacks, can miss, especially with agile enemies like the whites. Okay, 5 stars. Actually, let's check. Let's make sure we know what Ruin is. How do I pull up her abilities is a good question. Is there no way to do it? Oh wait, abilities. I saw a menu over here. I've probably never actually looked at their abilities. Alright, so Ruin deals non-elemental magic damage to target. Okay, so basically it's their means of inflicting magic damage, like I said before. Let's not forget this chest that I had to run past, since you can't open chests if an enemy is nearby. Inside we have 7 chipped fangs. That's considered a component which we can sell for money, but you can also use them to upgrade weapons, so that way you don't learn about the weapon upgrade system until later, and obviously I don't know much about it because I rarely use it. So I'll stop talking about it until it comes up. Oh man, I hope they're all good jumpers. I'd like to see the other characters make that jump. Are they gonna wait for me? I guess so. They don't want me to see Vanille making those jumps.
Magic may be cursed, but it makes us stronger, doesn't it?
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Snow? Anything up here? Nope. I guess this is the pieces of the hanging edge that fell when the fal'Cie exploded. What's over here? We have 200 gil. Yeah, gil is very sparse in this game. In fact, I think Gil is considered the hardest thing to grind. There's no good way of getting it until later.
We fight it! Ragnarok! That's the reason we're l'Cie. To stop it. To keep Cocoon safe.
Yeah, why don't you give us one reason to believe that? One reason.
Sarah.
Huh?
She said to protect Cocoon. And then she turned to Crystal. That's the proof right there. She completed her focus. That means ours is to save Cocoon. Sarah's fal'Cie was the same as ours. Our focus has got to be the same. We were chosen to be guardians. To defeat Ragnarok. It makes sense!
What the hell it does? You're grasping at straws, son. Pulse
Thank
fal'Cie
you,
are
Saz.
Cocoon's enemies. We just got recruited by one of them. If I were a betting man, I'd put us on the other side.
So Sarah's an enemy too? Well, I don't buy it. We have the power to save Cocoon if we work together and carry out our focus.
The fal'Cie took Sarah from us, and you want to help it? Whose side are you on?
Freeze! Place your hands behind your heads! You fall off the purge train?
Maybe.
Or are you talking back to me? Huh? Huh?
Nice gun.
Stop her! Freeze!
Damn, Lightning kicking some ass as usual. Command execution. And what's it gonna tell us about now? Let's view the tutorial just because I'm not sure what it's trying to tell me. We already know about manually entering abilities. I've been doing it this whole time. This is a no auto battle run, silly. Yeah, so you don't have to let all 3 attacks charge up to use them. Some attacks have higher ATB costs, we know that. For example, Blitz costs 2, Attack and Ruin only cost 1. You can see that in the ability list below. Actually, let's Blitz. Ah, simple. Goodbye. Yeah guys, I'm glad I had that tutorial. I guess if you don't know how it works.
I thought they'd be tougher than that. This guy's a Psycom, yeah? Supposed to be cream of the crop.
Yeah, but SciCom's an anti-pulse task force. They haven't fought a war in centuries. Bunch of rookie troops swinging around overpriced toys.
So, from what you're telling me, sounds like a regular old soldier that's got more training than special forces.
Nothing for us l'Cie to be afraid of.
Cut the crap. Their grunts might be green, but SciCom's elites are cold-blooded beasts. They hit the field and it's game over.
Uh-oh. Then let's run away. Ciao!
Gets me
Hey,
every
wait.
time.
What's a man to do?
I wonder what dear old Lightning's thinking about. Alright, so hopefully we don't have to run into SciCom's elites for a long time. That's basically just giving an excuse as to why we need to run from SciCom, and also why SciCom's troops are going to get stronger and stronger as we go through the game. Data log. Let's get a recap of what we just watched. The vision shared. Now that they are Pulse l'Cie, Lightning and the others try to figure out what their focus could be. The only thing they know for certain is that the rampaging beast Ragnarok is somehow involved. Snow is convinced that their focus is to protect their world by defeating the beast, but one fact contradicts his belief. Pulse l'Cie are the hated enemies of Cocoon, but Pulse fal'Cie would never assign such a task to its servants. Lightning is infuriated by Snow's refusal to accept this logic. As she sees it, the fal'Cie not only made them into l'Cie, it also took her sister from her. The former soldier can never bring herself to meekly follow the orders of such a being, and Snow's apparent surrender to its will, however misinterpreted, is more than she can stand. Oh, sorry about that. I couldn't hold it in any longer. As they trade heated words, Sanctum soldiers surrounded their location. Arguments will have to wait. For now, they must concentrate on surviving. Well, surviving wasn't too difficult. The battle took like 1.5 seconds after the tutorial. Okay, and I gotta say, you know, maybe Snow's right, but if I were in that situation, I would think he was a damn idiot. Alright, so let's keep going. Got some time still. Looks like our party is waiting up here. I wonder why Vanille's fighting with us instead of Saz. Oh well, probably to just give us some variety. These gas are just acting to me. Damn it, how'd they notice me? I hate those last second. Oh, we saw you. Let's start out with the whites. Get them out of the way. Alright, we're gonna have to be careful though. Because 3 gas can be a problem. Damn it, I didn't want to hit Blitz on the white. Alright, let's just attack. I think I'm wasting time with the Blitz. I think the only spell, each character only knows one spell right now as a Ravager. Looks like Snow is using, not spells, but elemental strike abilities, which are like physical attacks with elements imbued in them. Vanille doesn't have that luxury and is instead using arrow spells, which have the wind element. Okay, what do we got here? More Seath Tears, I believe, if my notes are right. Yep. Alright. Moving on. Man, I can't get over how pretty this area is. Why can't this crystal lakes exist in real life? I mean, not only is it a crystallized lake, but it happened right after, like, this giant temple fell into it, so we got all these awesome waves going around everywhere. So, I hear crickets. Ah, we have a... These guys are Brescian basses. So let's not give them the time of day. So they're easy enough to stagger. Alright, let's attack. Especially since they're split up now. Alright, so this is fun. I'm finally having to make some important decisions about what attacks to use. Instead of just attack, attack, attack. And this, I need to heal. Come on. Luckily, using a potion doesn't use up any of your ATB. You're going down next, Brescian Bass. It's cool to fight these Brescian Bass, but one thing about them is, in the sequel, I think you run into them, like, somewhere completely, like, thousands of miles away from Lake Brescia, so... I don't know what's up with that. Anyway. So now we know about Brescian Bass. And, let's see, if you ever come to a fork and you see lots of enemies down one of the forks, and now on the map you can even see that it's a dead end, so chances are there's going to be a treasure down here. Ah, more bass. I believe... Are they all Brescian Bass again? Looks like it, so I'm going to cut. Alright, I didn't have to heal that time, although Vanille was in the red and Lightning was in the yellow by the end of the battle. Still, you shouldn't heal unless you have to. We got a silver bangle out of that. It's the next step up from an iron bangle. It will increase our HP by 100. Sounds good to me. And, don't think there's anything... Okay, so back to the fork. So yeah, the path is pretty linear. There are little offshoots that usually have treasure in them, but for the most part we're running from point A to point B, and that's going to be the case for about 80% of the game. Anyway, looks like we have another save point here, and usually if you find a save point, or I guess a save station would be more accurate in this game's terminology, you know there's either a boss or a cutscene coming up. So, it's not a boss.
Weird, isn't it? All the messed up ways to meet. I might as well make introductions. I'm Snow Villiers. Short stuff?
Hope best time.
What about her?
Odom Security Regiment. She goes by Lightning. last name's Farron. First, anybody's guess.
Neil.
Saz, Catsroy. Good to meet you.
Now we're all friends, right?
It's not right. Why'd kids have to get dragged into this?
I'll keep the kids out of trouble.
Problem with that is, you're one of them.
Hey,
Trying to take on the post-foul C. That was our first mistake. We should have left it to the Sanctum.
Hey!
Why not? I mean, we've counted on the Sanctum's foul C for food, water, everything we've needed since the time we were born.
but you still helped us do it. Why's that? Gotta be something.
There might have been. Not so sure anymore.
What?
Well, that's a dodged question if I've ever heard one. Alright, so, what are you guys doing? That was funny with Vanille hopping up and down back there. Poor Hope. So, what did we just see, Data? Oh, wait. Now that we've done introductions, we have, the people. Alright, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'll probably end the episode or something. Maybe. So Lightning. This former soldier was a member of the Guardian Corps, Bodum Security Regiment. Last name, Farron. She is known as Lightning, but her true name is a mystery. And just as a little taste, yes, we will find out her real name by the end of the game. It's gonna be late game, though. Sarah, her only family left in the world, has become a Lassie. Lightning boards the Purge train in an effort to rescue her sister in the Foul Sea, but Sarah turns to Crystal right before her eyes. However, it is not long until Lightning herself becomes a Foul Sea servant. She has lost her sister and become a Pulse Lassie, an enemy of Cocoon. What hope does she have left? What hope do any of them have left? They're all fucked as far as I'm concerned. Alright, Snowvilliers. Okay, pretty boy. No, I'm just kidding. You ever notice his beanie kind of looks like a trash bag on his head? Anyway, without a family to take care of him, Snow was raised in a Sanctum facility. Now he leads the rebellious group of youths known as Nora. Yeah, he's an orphan. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. To prevent his beloved Sarah from becoming a Seath, he swears to help her fulfill her focus. However, before they discover what that focus is, Sarah falls into crystal slumber. Oh, well, good job, Snow. Now, let's see himself. Snow interprets his fiance's last words as the task he must complete. Saving Cocoon. Oh. Alright, Saz Catsroy. Saz is a trained civilian airship pilot. Though all of Cocoon's people view Pulse beings as invaders to be repulsed, few outside of the military decide to take matters into their own hands. What drives Saz, an ordinary citizen, to attack the Pulse Foul Sea and the Hanging Edge? After joining Lightning in her battle against the lower world entity, Saz shares her fate in becoming a Lassie. Sucks for him. So yeah, Saz obviously has some motives that we haven't uncovered yet. And we also learned from this data log that he's a civilian pilot. Good to know. Hope S time. Hope is a boy who, along with his mother, becomes a victim of the Purge. Answering Snow's call for volunteers, Hope's mother joins the rebellion, but is killed in the subsequent conflict. From that moment onwards, the grief-stricken teen harbors a consuming hatred for the Nora leader. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. With Vanille's encouragement, Hope follows Snow into the Pulse Vestige. Within those ancient chambers, they encounter the Foul Sea and are cursed with the brands of Lassie. Thanks, Vanille. Got Hope basically... Well, I guess he was already going to be outcast from society, so whatever. Vanille. Why doesn't she have a last name? Vanille is a young woman who is also aboard the Purge train. Irrepressibly cheerful, she seems unaffected by the desperate situation around her. In the middle of a war? Better run! Ciao! After being rescued from the train by Snow and his band of rebels, Vanille ends up sitting next to Hope and his mother. Following his mother's death, she sees the way the boy glares at the Nora leader. Vanille encourages Hope to join her and enter the Pulse Vestige, where they encounter the lower world Foul Sea. Yeah, Vanille's definitely an odd one. Sarah Farron. Sarah is Lightning's younger sister. Despite losing both of her parents, she lives happily enough with her older sibling. Sarah's only real concern is Lightning's disapproval of her boyfriend, Snow. Yeah, Lightning's not his biggest fan if you haven't figured it out. However, that all changes when she encounters Foul Sea Anima and is branded as a Pulse Lassie. Without ever uncovering her task, she urges the others to save Cocoon before suddenly turning to Crystal. Though he cannot know for sure, Snow believes her final words to be the focus they must complete. Yeah, Sarah, couldn't you have been a little bit more clearer before you turned into a rock? Jeez. I don't think we get told this until way later, or maybe not even in this game, but the reason Sarah got turned into a Lassie is she was just like walking along the beach and came up to the vestige and saw that it was open, and it had always been sealed before, so she just wandered in and explored and got turned into a lessee. Not your brightest move, Sarah. Way to set a huge chain of events into motion. Still, you gotta feel bad for the girl. She was going to college in Eden I think she was going to be a teacher. Galinth Dysley. Now, we heard this character speak on an intercom sometime during Chapter 1, but we haven't actually encountered him yet. Galinth Dysley is the Primarch, the human representative of the Sanctum. Acting as a bridge between the Fal'Cie Eden and a citizen-elected council, he facilitates the government of Cocoon. Until now, he's been seen as a conservative leader, never forcing the direction of the council, and always having the best interests of the people at heart. With the discovery of the Pulse Fal'Cie in Bodom, his leadership becomes ruthless and oppressive, with the Purge policy being instigated over the span of a single night. Jeez, what's up with that, Dysley? Basically got a pope here. So yeah, he's basically responsible for talking to the head Fal'Cie. Alright, now we have the members of Nora. Godot. A childhood friend of Snow, Godot is one of the founding members of Nora. With his impressive frame, he sees himself as the group's shock trooper. Raised almost like a brother to Snow in a Sanctum facility, he knows the Nora leader better than anyone. Despite his often blunt comments and rough behavior, he is devoted to Snow's ideal of compassion. Yeah, these guys aren't too important. We're really only going to see them in flashbacks and maybe one or two more scenes throughout the game. Lebreau. Friends with Snow from a young age, Lebreau is one of the founding members of Nora. She runs the cafe they opened to fund Nora's operations, and her cooking is one of the best-kept secrets in Bodom. With her brusque... is that a word, brusque? No-nonsense manner, the young woman is treated just like one of the guys. She would have it no other way. Yeah, she'd probably kick your ass if you didn't. McKee. McKee joined the ranks of Nora out of his admiration for Snow. He loves to tinker with machinery and serves as the group's mechanic. His talent for taking junk and using it to upgrade machines has provided Nora with a secret source of income. One day, McKee wants to be a reliable, heroic type like Snow, but he still has a long way to go. Fun fact, the developers actually added McKee to the game to be like a cool character, like the art, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, quote, cool, unquote. And he's kind of weird, I don't know. Yuge, a junior member of Nora, Yuge is a kind-hearted young man with an insatiable interest in fashion. Though he lacks the same courage as Snow and Godot in dangerous situations, his calming influence makes him an invaluable asset to the group. Also, his hair is not naturally blue. You find out somewhere in these two games that it's actually dyed that way. So, Lightning and Sarah are the only ones with anime hair. Chocobo Chick. This Chocobo Chick travels in Saz's hair. Though it has only been with Saz for a while, a strong bond is formed between them. The chick has no name, as voicing the true identity of the animal might trigger ripples of destiny across Cocoon and cause a hurricane in Eden. Either that or Saz just hasn't thought of one yet. Eden is the capital city, but it looks like the data log went into some humor there. Cocoon Society, and now we're going to learn some new information. Sanctum Fal'Cie. The Sanctum Fal'Cie are the unfathomable entities that constructed the floating shell of Cocoon in ages past, and even now watch over the world's human inhabitants. Each is assigned a specific task that supports the existence of Cocoon's grateful populace, such as generating energy or manufacturing food. The Fal'Cie rarely intervene directly in the governing of society, leaving that responsibility to appointed human representatives. One theory states that, including the lower hierarchy, the total number of Sanctum Fal'Cie exceeds 8 million. Yeah, there are some Fal'Cie that are in charge of like opening automatic doors, so there are great Fal'Cie and then there are not so great Fal'Cie. The one in that picture is actually Carbuncle, a Fal'Cie in Hope's hometown that, oh wow, I just spoiled something, didn't I? But it's in charge of food production there. Guardian Corps. This is what Lightning's a member of. The Guardian Corps is a branch of Sanctum military responsible for maintaining peace and stability within Cocoon. So basically they just maintain the peace instead of being anti-pulse agents. Within their assigned jurisdictions, the soldiers of the Guardian Corps fulfill the role of police officers and protectors, working to eliminate all manner of criminal activity as well as rampaging wildlife. As a unit that works alongside the general population, it rarely employs heavy weaponry or cruiser-class airships. However, the Corps does retain squads of highly mobile shock troops. Like Lightning. Bodom Security Regiment. This is what Lightning was a part of. The Bodom Security Regiment is a section of the Guardian Corps stationed in the coastal community of Bodom. Before the events of the Purge, Lightning belonged to this unit. Public security issues rarely arose in the sleepy seaside town. With little trouble from the local fauna, the regiment was one of the least active units of the Corps. How'd they get like a super soldier like Lightning then? During long spans of downtime, BSR troops were often sent to aid in exterminating dangerous wildlife in frontier regions, although Nora did a lot of that for them. Alright, that's it for the data log? Oh, just enemy until. Alright, I think that's probably a good ending spot. Let's see. If there's a battle up here, then I'm going to call it the end of the episode. Keep going. So pretty. I wonder what those, like, random... I guess those are random splashes of water. Looks like we got another save station up here. What else is up here? We got... Oh wait, I went fucking backwards, didn't I? Great. Oh, I just walked right through snow. Alright, so now we're going the right way. I guess it's good that this crystal isn't slippery, I suppose. You would think it would be. Like walking on glass. Anything else up here? Oh, yeah. Looks like we got a bunch of Pentherons. Well, we'll deal with that next time. And until then, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Scott, and you have been at the Scott Spot.